Welcome to the 2018 MSHSAA Football Instructional and Training video. I'm Kenny Seifert, the Coordinator of Football Officiating. It is my pleasure to serve the game of football and work with the officiating community. I am excited to begin our second season of providing these videos to all of the officials and coaches in this great state of Missouri. During this instructional video, we will review key plays from this past season, which will include plays from within our state and plays from other states. And we will look at how the new rules or interpretations will impact how the game is officiated. I am responsible for the script and the plays selected in this video. Please note that no attempt is made to embarrass any institution, coach, student athlete, or official. These clips are being used for the purpose of making officiating better. The goal of this instructional video is to develop a style of officiating that will result in a consistent enforcement of the rules during the regular and postseason play. In addition, it is our hope that the coaches will utilize these videos as a tool to assist them in their teaching of the student athletes. It is all of the stakeholders' desire to have the same play officiated the same way, no matter what conference, league, geographic area of the state the game is located, or what time of the season the game is being played. We will continue this effort throughout the season with periodic video bulletins sent to all football officials and coaches via email and posted on the MSHSAA website. Please remember that all of these videos, including last year's, are available to you on the MSHSAA website. I hope that you will make it a habit to review those video bulletins regularly and often. It is important to me to begin this instructional video by acknowledging and congratulating all of the officials, mechanic clinicians, rules interpreters, and observers on a job well done last season. Thank you for your efforts to improve the game that we all love. Also, I want to personally thank the Football Video Committee for their time, compassion, and expertise in making these videos a possibility. In its continuing effort to minimize risk, the NFHS Football Rules Committee over the past several years has adopted several rules aimed at eliminating illegal contact. Some of these changes will be presented in the video clips during the course of this season. In addition, it is imperative that all officials learn and implement the 4 NFHS football points of emphasis for this year. 1. Proper wearing and use of required equipment. 2. Pace of play and timing issues. 3. Enforcement of penalties for personal fouls and unsportsmanlike conduct fouls. And 4. Defenseless players and blindside blocks. Lastly, I would like to share with you some football officiating philosophy. While a thorough knowledge of the rules is important, it is not enough to guarantee the competency of an official. There are other attributes which are equally important. Officials must possess a combination of these if they are to fulfill their duties adequately. In addition to a complete mastery of the rules, officials must have a good knowledge of human nature and the ability to control situations as they arise. Officials must have a football sense which supersedes the technical application of the rules so that the game goes smoothly. Officials are expected to exercise good judgment in applying these rules. In today's first clip, we will have an illegal blindside block on a defenseless player. Player K11 is clearly a defenseless player as his focus of concentration is on the runner and his physical positioning makes him unable to see the blocker approaching. As this play develops, the blocker reveals all of the traits that one would see in an illegal blindside block. 1. Swimming upstream. Officials should always be aware of players that are running in a different direction than the other players on the field. 2. Does not lead with the open hands. 3. Initiates forceful contact with his shoulder. Notice how the player is leaning in to establish a lower center of gravity. This is part of the process to initiate more force. This play is a picture-perfect illustration of a blindside block that is legal against the defenseless player. Watch how R4 in yellow gets his arms out, opens his hands, and then extends his arms to create a perfect block that frees up his teammate for a down-the-sideline run. In addition to initiating with open hands, the contact also fell short of being considered forceful. Even though K13 in white is defenseless, the block meets all of the criteria to be legal. Nice job of coaching and nice job of officiating. This play was set up perfectly for a legal hit if A7 in white had just opened his hands and followed through with his arms extended. Unfortunately, he created forceful contact against the defenseless player. Consequently, instead of this being a touchdown, this illegal blindside block at the 2-yard line would result in a 15-yard penalty and the ball being moved back to the 17-yard line. This blocker not only was blocking a defenseless player, but he led with his helmet, which is illegal helmet contact, and made contact with the opponent above the shoulder, which is targeting. These types of hits are the ones that definitely need to be removed from the game. Although this contact was made with a lot of force, the blocker did not launch himself at the defenseless player and therefore would not be deemed to be a flagrant act. This play can be penalized with several different options: illegal blindside block on a defenseless player, illegal helmet contact, or targeting. In any situation, the result of this play will be a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Let's not stop there. Watch B6 as he is focused on getting to the sideline and making a play on the ball carrier, which makes him defenseless. Again, we have a player arriving late to the action and going against the grain of the play. Therefore, a perfect setting for the illegal blindside block. Although the blocker in red followed through with his arms extended, he did not lead with his open hands. This forceful contact needs to be penalized. Although the offended team is permitted the choice of penalties, in this situation, the foul that occurred at the 10-yard line will most likely be the one chosen. Since this play occurred on the 10-yard line, the enforcement would be half of the distance to the goal line, and play would begin with 1st and 10 at the 5-yard line. Oops, he didn't mean to. However, the result is just the same, as it definitely affected the play. Outstanding job by the official for throwing his flag on this illegal block in the back. As mentioned in the previous clip, it is imperative that we see and call the obvious. It appears that the head coach was also on top of the call. The next part of the play is fascinating to watch. We have all the signs for an illegal blindside block on a defenseless player. K87 is definitely defenseless, and the blocker in white is not only swimming upstream, but he begins the process of lowering his body, which are indicators of an illegal blindside block. However, prior to contact, he opens and leads with his hands, follows through with his arms extended, and completes a forceful but legal block. The design and enforcement of the rule has resulted in football plays that can be forceful but still not compromise safety. Congratulations to the coaches that coach it, the players that execute it, and the officials that enforce it. I wish each and every one the very best of luck this upcoming season. Let's start off the 2018 season with great effort, great teamwork, and most importantly, a great attitude.